Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And today we're going to be taking a look at WAYB's Dola versus YGX's Isak from Street Woman Fighter Season 1. Now what I'm doing is I'm watching Season 1 in correspondence to what is actively happening in Season 2. So right now we have the battles going on for Season 2, so that's why I'm watching the battles now. I'm very excited to watch them. I have not seen any results. I have not seen these battles either, so I'm very much looking forward to not only analyzing, but taking my pick of who I think won these battles. At the end, I'll probably, after the video is finished, I'll go check to see if I was right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out.
Ready, fight.
Okay, so we got Dola going first. Now I've already seen her battle before. It was with Lee Chae-yeon, so I'm looking to see what her pocket if it's different. I like the Harlem Shake variation she did there. That was fun. That was funny. So far her freestyle is pretty different, but I will say there's some simplistic grooves that she's doing though. She could have made different choices. That was nice. I like that. Hey. Yeah, so she's holding her own. She's doing good. She's not showing. I mean, I don't know if this is her first battle or what, but definitely that was different enough for me where I think that's a pass, is a good set. Okay, here we go. Isak, YGX. Okay. Nice. So I will say Isak's definitely more full in her hip hop rock and bounces for sure. I love that interaction there with the shampoo around. That was fun. Hey. Nice. I will say she's being a little bit like whenever she's doing her her shootout moments. I will say that those are repeating a little bit too much. She's already did it once already. Hey. Okay. 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 Let's take a look back. And let's talk through it. Okay, so initial thoughts. My first thing is, gotta factor in, is this Dola's first battle or is it her second battle? So if this was her first battle, I think she did a great job. She integrated some old school techniques. She also, I can tell that she was herself. But however, Isak was very full in the rocks and the bounces, and it was very clear what she was doing. So it was very readable, but not in a choreographic sense, but in a like hip hop sense, you know, like that. It was very, she had a very authentic pocket, which I think could really help her in this battle. Let's go in here. So this song's like it's a 2000s vibe, you know, so it has that, it's that club hip hop. You know, I will say she's doing a good job of creating multiple levels of ways to hit her information, right? Or get her information across. She's using her levels, drop to the floor. I like her usage of integrating some old school hip hop here. You know, I see it. And she does her Harlem Shake. This was really nice. I like that. You know, and then she speeds it up, which is fun. That's funny. Like, that was a nice little gimmicky moment there. You know, and she's showing variety in comparison to what I've already seen the first. So I would say props to her for that. That is difficult to do, especially, I mean, she has a very different song, and I think that does help. But you gotta understand, it really, you're able to see somebody's training based on the more songs and the more genres that you see them go through. You're gonna encounter what their scope is too. So I mean, right now it shows that she's pretty diverse in her training, you know. I love that, nice and chill, but it's not too chill, you know, because she set it up the way that she did in the beginning. It doesn't quite look like she's like tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell the difference between somebody who's like popping off and then they're like, you know, this feels like, you know, she popped off a little bit, but now she's like taking a chill approach, but it's not in a I'm trying to let the timer run out, which is really nice, you know. So she tried to make a big risk there with the heels here. So watch, she goes doo-doo-doo. Like, that was nice. I will say there's a really big habit of using these arms where I wish that she could have done something different with the arms, made them more polyrhythmic with the groove. That would have really worked in her favor there. So, but all in all, so I think that's my biggest blow of what she did was her arms were quite here for most of it. So that would be my big note for her for this round. So the setup's pretty big. I will say the music doesn't call for that kind of setup. Like if she had the same song she did, then that would be one thing, but hers is more chill in the setup, but she's very loud in movement, you know. Very, I mean, I like her rocks and her bounces, but also I know she's trying to replicate it in some way. And that's sometimes people do that as a form of intimidation. Like, hey, I can totally read your movement so much so I can replicate them in person right here, right now. That means you need to beef up your content. That's like a subtle way of kind of making you people aware like that. I like how she approaches her, but isn't doing too much about it. I love that moment. That was fun. You know, but then, you know, she comes back and then she goes right back into this exact pocket that she's already done earlier. So even though the music is different, there's a different singer. I kind of wish she took a different approach, maybe exuded a different posture here. You know, that was nice, but also notice she's hitting her knees in and out a ton here. Hey, you know, and but then yeah, so I think that was her biggest demise, was just that groove. She was using it, even though staccato sometimes, she was really like the groove. I think she did a little too repetitive, and that's what I'm noticing with most of these battles in both seasons, is there's a lot of repetitiveness, but it was 100% what I was expecting. I was expecting more of that than actual authentic battlers like from Whackers, and honestly the Whackers have really they've really shown out. Like those are your highly competitive ones in both seasons, and that's what I expected to, which makes me feel better that I have healthy enough expectations of what I'm looking at, which is good. But even then though, I really feel like this should be a humbling reminder and a sobering reminder to choreographers that if you're making an income or your line of work stems from a culture or a community or a style that's background stems from this, I feel like it is and I'm speaking to myself, it is our responsibility to take training in that and to actually go to people who are a part of those communities and actually be a part of the journey and be a part of figuring out what our artistic expression and freestyle is, because that's actually getting to the roots of the style that you're actually pursuing and making money off of. Like, no, real talk. And that's something for me. I'm in the waving community for that exact reason. If I have opportunities, I go into popping scenes, and it's just one of those things. And even in Crump too, I feel like a fish out of water in Crump, but I feel so supported when I'm a part of it, because it's about the effort of I want to learn, right? So that's just my announcement. As we watch this, especially choreographers, as you watch these battles, these should remind you, I'm going to be honest, most choreographers are going to freestyle like this. Most of them, not all, but most, because of the things that I've already stated. So I'm really hopeful that this show kind of convicts some people that may be on a high horse in certain realms, but know that, hey, that's not all you should have in life, in the industry. You can't have one without the other, especially in the choreographic sense. I really think both are important. So that was my little TED talk just about that. And so if I were to make a vote between the two, I'm gonna say I would say Dola took this one too, because she had more complexity. She was taking more risks with her music. She did some things that were similar to what Isak did, but Isak, I mean, I feel like if she had more variety, I think she would have taken it, because I loved her pocket. But her pocket extended for far too long, especially when she was repeating movement. Now, if she was creating more complexity and kind of creating a heartbeat with that pocket, that'd be very different, but that's not what she did. Also, her song didn't match the kind of energy that she was setting either. That plays a role too. That means she's not really engaging in the musicality of her song choice either. If she had Dola's song, would the results be different? Maybe. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Dola took this one. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll find out if I'm right later. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful in some way. I've really been enjoying all of the discussions that we've been having, and I've been looking forward to just more and more of just seeing just different people from different walks of life and different communities, but that are in the industry of dance, and just getting to see other people's perspectives in choreography as well as freestyle. It's been awesome. So I look forward to continuing all of this with you, and I will check y'all later.